Yo, what is up guys? My name is Zach. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and welcome to the day 157 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season, where we talk about everything that went down in the previous day in the world of basketball. And now that we got the intro out the way, let's just hop into everything that did go down yesterday in the world of basketball. To start off, DeMarcus Cousins will play his first game against his former team, the Sacramento Kings, tonight, in a game in which I'm sure Cousins will go out, play hard, and try and get a win. It will be in New Orleans though, and not Sacramento, but that did not stop the media from asking Cousins about his feelings on this game.
What am I expecting for tomorrow? I'm expecting for New Orleans Pelicans to come out and play a hard, tough game, play the right way and get a win.
Is it fair to say you're excited for tomorrow's game?
About what?
Just to play against your old team?
Who we play tomorrow?
I believe it's the Sacramento Kings.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, just go in, play hard, try to get a win.
Does it mean anything to see those guys again?
It's another chance to come out, play hard, and get a win.
Do you think it's better to kind of get it out of the way and not have to go Sacramento initially, or you could play them here first?
No, it's just a chance for us to come out, you know, play hard, get a win.
I absolutely loved it. To me though, it seems like he executed a page out of Russell Westbrook's playbook when it comes to dealing with the media.
Did a good job execution. We did a good job executing. Good execution. We did a good job executing tonight.
You know, it's been a rough season for the Detroit Pistons organization, fans, players, coaches, just everyone. And you know, sometimes rough times can lead someone to do things that they normally wouldn't do. Something like, I don't know, drunk driving, as that's what it caused Pistons shooting guard Kentavious Caldwell Pope to do early Thursday morning at around 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, he was arrested for drunk driving as his blood alcohol level was exactly at the legal limit, but he did fail the test, which resulted him in getting, you know, arrested. And the Pistons did have a game on Thursday night, and Kentavious Caldwell Pope did still play in that game against the Brooklyn Nets, logged 37 minutes, didn't necessarily shoot well, but that begs me to ask the question. KCP is a very erratic shooter. You know, sometimes he'll make a bunch of shots and the other nights he'll miss basically all of his shots. Yesterday was one of the nights where, you know, he couldn't really make too many of his shots. I just wonder, could it have anything to do with drinking? Could KCP be like J.R. Smith? So Frank Isola, I believe this will be like the third story that I will cover because of something that he says making it to the media. Now, he's never been right in the past two stories, but like they say, maybe the third time is the charm. As yesterday, Isola said that he has heard whispers that Gordon Hayward could end up in Miami this offseason. Now, out of all the free agents to be this summer, so far none of them have drawn as much attention as Hayward has, with rumors saying that he could be going to the Celtics or going back to his hometown to team up with Paul George. But this one, Miami, this one takes the cake. In his exact words, Isola said this: "There are already whispers that if Utah can't re-sign Gordon Hayward, he could end up in Miami." Now, I know it's my job to simply deliver the news with as little to no bias as humanly possible. And I have nothing against the Miami Heat. I think they are a really good team right now, and what they have been able to do so far this season is nothing short of remarkable. But I just don't see why Hayward would go to the Miami Heat. And that being said, the way that Isola worded this was kind of like he was trying to reach for clicks or views, but at the same time trying to be able to say that, you know, he never said he was going to Miami. He's he worded it in a way where it has no credibility to it whatsoever. There are already whispers that if Utah can't re-sign Gordon Hayward, he could end up in Miami. First of all, what the heck does whispers mean? Who is whispering in your ear, Frank Isola? The only person that knows at this point what Gordon Hayward could do is Gordon Hayward, maybe his agent, and maybe, you know, like his wife. But that being said, I doubt Hayward is even considering what he's going to do this offseason, considering he's about to be in the playoffs for the first time in his career. I'm sure where he's going this offseason is the last thing that he's currently thinking about. And then also saying that he could end up in Miami. That's a statement that really doesn't mean anything, as Isola could have very well said, There are already whispers that if Utah can't re-sign Gordon Hayward, he could end up in Africa. It would have held just as much credibility to it as saying that he could end up in Miami. The truth is, Gordon Hayward could end up with any team that has the cap space to sign him, as he could end up in Boston, Indiana, Utah, LA, Philly, Phoenix, Sacramento, Brooklyn. He could choose to go to any of those teams that are going to have the cap space to sign him. So to say that he could end up in Miami really means nothing. But that's going to lead us to the question of the day. Do you think that Miami would be a good fit for Hayward? Do you think that there's any truth to this article that he is thinking about going to Miami? In my opinion, while I do think Hayward would actually be a nice fit in Miami, considering they now have a core of Goran Dragic, Dion Waiters, Gordon Hayward, and Hassan Whiteside, and who knows, maybe Chris Bosh in Miami, he put their differences aside, Chris Bosh gets back to healthy next year, and they put him in the power forward position. That would be a really nice starting lineup. But the facts are, first off, if Gordon Hayward goes anywhere other than Utah this offseason, he's going to be taking a massive pay cut in order to do so. And on top of that, the Jazz are a good young team. I mean, Gordon Hayward's a great young player. He's probably going to come back even better next year. Rudy Gobert is on the rise this season. He keeps getting better, it seems like, every single game. So I know for a fact he's going to come back a lot better next year. Rodney Hood, who, if he can stay healthy, could come back better next year. Then they have potential to sign free agents themselves. They could get someone like Paul Millsap, bring Paul Millsap back. That would be an amazing addition for the Utah Jazz. So the Jazz could be really good next year. Now this year they're already seen as like a sleeper team in the West, and they could do some damage to someone in the first round. However, next year they'll lose that title of sleeper, and you know, they'll just be a team in the West that can do some damage. That is if Gordon Hayward stays. So while I'm sure that Gordon Hayward would enjoy the weather in Miami, I'd honestly be surprised if that's where he went. Make sure to leave your answers for the question of the day down in the comment section below. But speaking of your answers, let's check out what some of you said from yesterday's video. So yesterday, after the news broke that Lance Stephenson would re-sign with the Indiana Pacers, I asked you guys whether or not you thought Lance could get back to his old ways, if he could be good again. And this one got really mixed reviews. Over Mississippi says, I think Lance could probably remain the potential that he had in Indiana. I believe that he could be an all-star within the next 3 years if he plays the way that his potential was earlier in his career. Lance becoming an all-star in 3 years, that could be a bit of a stretch. Now, like you said, if Lance plays to the potential that he had back in Indiana a couple of years ago, then that's most definitely the case. Lance Stephenson could very well be an all-star within the next 3 years. But baby steps, all right? Baby steps. First, Lance has to worry about trying to get even close to as good as he was a couple of years ago back when he was with the Pacers. And then whether or not he can still live up to his overall potential, that'll come after we see whether or not he can live up to the player he once was. New Orleans says he shouldn't have never left, but the Pacers should have paid him. I agree, he shouldn't have left. Pacers fans think he shouldn't have left. Actually, everyone, including Lance Stephenson, according to his agent, thinks he shouldn't have left. And about the paying him thing, of course that was the reason he left, because he wanted more money. But in terms of salary, he was making about the same as Charlotte that the Pacers had offered him, as both contracts would have turned out to be around $9 million a season. And the difference is that Lance Stephenson knew the salary cap was about to rise within 3 years, which is why he wanted a 3-year deal, because he thought that after those 3 years, he would be making a lot more money, without realizing that he was kind of like the product of a system back in Indiana, you know, with the guys around him and the comfortability level. He can't just go to any other team and do the things that he was doing. So he thought he was going to be making a lot more money in 3 years, but we all know that's not what happened. And now it's not looking like Lance will get that payday that he once thought he will get. So the moral of the story is, if you have something good going, you're getting treated well, you're around people that you like, you're around friends, you're in a winning situation, hey, don't mess with that, because a good thing only comes around once in a lifetime. And that's gonna wrap it up for this portion of the video. Make sure to leave your answers to today's question down in the comment section below. But now let's hop over into the games from last night. The Chicago Bulls looking to sweep their season series against the Cleveland Cavaliers on national TV last night as March Madness continues. And when I say March Madness, I'm not referring to the college tournament, but to Nikola Mirotic, as in the month of March, he has been playing outside of his mind. And that continued last night as well, as he scored 28 points on 9 of 14 shooting, including 6 of 11 shooting from deep, as the Bulls do get the season series sweep of Cleveland. 99-93 was the final score. Nico also had 10 rebounds, while Butler had 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, and Rondo had 7 points, 9 rebounds, and 15 assists. LeBron James, though, passed Shaq to become number 7 on the NBA all-time scoring list with his 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists last night. That being said, March hasn't been so kind to LeBron and company, as they finished with a 6-10 record. I saw a tweet last night that said the last time LeBron James lost 10 games in a single month, he looked like this. And that was back in his rookie season, 14 years ago. Dang. In order to make Nurkic's words about sending the Nuggets to an early summer, the Blazers have to keep winning to hold on to that 8th seed. And they came into this matchup against Houston riding a 4-game winning streak, and they had been playing a lot better basketball over the past month or so. But beating Houston would be no easy task. But like I said in a video a while ago, it's amazing how much one player can change the entire team. If the Blazers never traded for Nurkic, they probably would have lost this game in a heartbeat. I'm just being honest. But that's not the case. They did trade for Nurkic and they won this game 117-107 to earn their 5th straight win. Nurkic had another good game with 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks, while Damian Lillard had 31 points and 11 assists. Aminu was also hustling off the bench with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, James Harden did score 30 for Houston, but it was on 11 of 30 shooting from the field. But the Rockets did officially set the record for most threes made in a single season as a team last night though. The last time these two teams met, the Lakers got the overtime win over the Wolves in the game which Shaq had his statue unveiled outside of the Staples Center. This time though, the outcome will be decided in regulation, and it was the Wolves who emerged victorious thanks to a career high 33 points from Ricky Rubio, including hitting 4 of his 5 3-point attempts. He has actually been on a scoring tear since the All-Star break, really. Scoring is nothing new, however, for Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, as Towns dropped 32 and Wiggins had 27. Rubio also had 10 assists and 5 rebounds. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, Jordan Clarkson had 18 points and 7 assists. You know, the Suns may not win a lot of games, but they have some really good young talent on that team. And I'm not just talking about Devin Booker. Ever since Phoenix decided to rest Bledsoe for the rest of the year, rookie Tyler Ulis has looked extremely impressive. And if he were to have started the entire season for Phoenix, he could have very well have been named the Rookie of the Year this year considering Embiid's situation. But no matter how promising they look, they're still not going to beat many teams as it stands. And that includes last night, as they were close, but just not close enough to beating the Clippers. 124-118 is the final score. Chris Paul had another good performance with 29 points and 10 assists, and the same can be said for Blake Griffin, as he scored 31 points and grabbed 7 rebounds. Meanwhile, for the Suns, Devin Booker scored 33, Marquise Chris scored 20, and Tyler Ulis had 16 points and 13 assists. With the win in this one, the Nets could sweep their season series over the Pistons 3-0. Yes, I said the Nets could sweep their season series with the Pistons. Any Pistons fans out there, by the way, that still want to make any excuses for this team? And throughout the entire game, there was really no separation from these two teams. The Pistons were playing for their pride, and the Nets were playing for bragging rights. And ultimately, it looked like pride won out as the Pistons hold on to get the 90-89 win. Still no Reggie Jackson for Detroit, and I guess he'll probably be shut down for the remainder of the regular season. But Ish Smith played well for Detroit with 21 points. Marcus Morris rose from the grave to drop 28 points and grab 13 rebounds. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson had 14 points and 9 rebounds for Brooklyn. And that's gonna wrap up all the action for the day 157 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. And now it's time to get into the player of the day. Yesterday, you guys selected Russell Westbrook in his 57 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists as your player of the day, and here are today's nominees. You have Nikola Mirotic and his 28 points and 10 rebounds, Chris Paul and his 29 points and 10 assists, Damian Lillard and his 31 points and 11 assists, Ricky Rubio and his 33 points, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds, or Marcus Morris and his 28 points and 13 rebounds. As always, you guys can go vote for the player of the day right now by following the straw poll link down in the description box below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NBA videos. And until next time, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!